Wowtac A2 headlamp. Wowtac was previously Atactical. They changed their name, but they are still connected with ThruNite. As you can see, it says it right here. They still use essentially the same ThruNite packaging. And the way I kind of think of now Wowtac is that they are the ThruNite lights without all the frills. Same great quality, all the same features, but less the frills, like the belt holster, the things that I typically don't need. And they're typically a third to half the price. So if I was going to get between the two, I might even go with these because I don't need some of the other stuff. But anyway, this is the A2 as I mentioned. As you can see back here, it comes with both a cool white variation and a neutral white. There's also the A2S, which is brighter, neutral white, cool white. The A2 retails for $19.99. The A2S is $29.99. 550 lumens versus 1050 lumens. Comes with a 26 milliamp hour battery versus a 3400 milliamp hour battery, and the run times are longer for the A2S. So if I was going to get one, I'd spend the extra $10, get the A2S, but I've got the A2. They function the same, so you can see it here and get the idea. The stuff it comes with a micro USB cord, some extra O-rings, and of course the light itself. So as I mentioned, this is a headlamp, and the head strap here, we'll just look at this first. On the back here, there is a smooth rubber, comfortable piece. This goes up against your forehead, and then the strap is adjustable here, and then you can just kind of slide it through this way to get it centered on your head. Up in the front here, there are these two rings that hold the light in place, and on the light in both of those spots, there's a little indentation, which is where those little rubber rings sit in and allows it to kind of move a little bit more smoothly. There's the knurling here. The light itself, you can take it out of this and use it as just a regular light if you want. It doesn't come with any pocket clips, but again, just if you don't need them, you just want to throw it in your pocket or your bag, you can use it for that as well. But here's the light on the side here. It opens up. It will come with a little piece in here to keep the battery from activating while it's in the packaging. The interesting thing about the Wowtac lights is that they come with rechargeable batteries, and such that the batteries themselves are rechargeable. This is a 2600 milliamp hour battery, and the way it works is that there's a little charging port in the battery right here. You take a micro USB, it's included with it, plug it into a power port, and then you just plug it in right there, and the battery will charge. You can see on the side of the battery here, that will be red when it's charging, and then green over here when the battery is fully charged. So it's kind of an interesting concept compared to other lights where you have to plug the cord into the light itself. This one, you just plug it right into the battery, so it's kind of interesting. Again, this one is a 2600 milliamp hour battery. I'd go for the A2S, which has the bigger battery. Inside here, you put it in. It does have reverse polarity protection, so if you put the battery in backwards, the light won't explode on you. There's an O-ring right there. This is IPX7 rated. So if you dunk your head in the water while it's happening, no big deal, or if it's in the rain, that sort of thing. Rest of the light, serial number up here. Wowtac A2 there. The function of this light is pretty straightforward. If you long press it, you get a moonlight mode. 0.3 lumens, it will do that for 45 days, and you can turn it back off. From the moonlight mode, you can either long press going through the different modes, and it'll go through the low, medium, high. It has mode memory, so if you turn it off on high, it will turn it back on high. Or you can go to the moonlight, you turn it off, single click, it'll turn it back on to whatever you had. And then from any mode, double click gets you into the turbo, which is 550 lumens. Let's go over the brightnesses and run times here. Long press it, comes onto that 0.3 lumen Firefly mode for 45 days. And then you just long press to get up through each of the modes. When you're in a mode, if say I'm in medium here, if you leave it for a couple seconds and you go to ramp up to the next mode, it will always jump back down to low. So you can see it's back down to the low. The low is 12 lumens for 4 days. Medium is 66 lumens for 12 hours. Low, medium, high. 210 lumens for 2.5 hours. And then double click. 550 lumens for 90 minutes is that turbo. And then double click again, and you'll get an SOS for 550 lumens. And double click again, back to the turbo. It rates this throw at 155 meters. I usually Just convert that into feet, changing the units. 155 meters becomes 155 feet, which is about the typical useful distance that you'll get out of this light. This light, you can sort of a little bit see here. It has kind of a focus beam. And as a headlamp, this is a little bit more of a thrower than a floodlight. You can see it does come out to the side here, but walking around with it, it has a little kind of a focused hot spot with a reasonable amount of flood. For a true hiking light, I might like to see this a little bit more floody than focus. It's not a big deal. It's fine. It's just something to note. I had some concerns that this might be heavy wearing it around for a while, so I wore it around for a while last night, walked around outside, wore it around inside, and it's actually surprisingly comfortable. The strap is very comfortable. There's the top of the head support, and it really did not get heavy. It didn't seem to start bothering me, and this piece up front here was very comfortable on my forehead. Aside from a hiking light, other great uses for this would just be an emergency light around your house in a blackout. You need to go act on some things, you need to go fix some things, but you want to have hands free. And so use this, and then you can work out here in front of you. You're working on your car, put it as an emergency light in your car. You need to work under the hood. Again, just aside from this being a hiking light, there is a ton of useful options for these sorts of things. And for $19.99 or $29.99, it can't hurt to buy a couple of them, throw them in the car, throw them in your emergency bag. It's a great deal. So check it out. The A2 and the A2S headlamps from Wowtac.